Welcome to the 5-Minute Prime Podcast. Quick, actionable tips to master personal finance and real estate investing. In just 5 minutes a day, we'll help you build wealth and achieve financial freedom. Hey, Prime investors, Martin Maxwell here, and welcome back to the 5-Minute Prime Podcast. This is episode 61. All right, last week on episode 60, The Landlord's Secret, we explored the world of mortgage note investing, buying the debt between a homeowner and their lender. The response was fantastic because it hit on a core theme, how to profit from real estate without the traditional landlord headaches. Today we're going one level deeper into an even more obscure corner of the Landlord universe. It's a strategy that also involves buying property debt, but with a crucial difference. With a mortgage note, you're buying a private IOU between two parties. Today, we're talking about buying a public debt, one that's owed not to a bank, but to the government itself. Of course, I'm talking about tax lien certificates. Now, I know it sounds technical, maybe even a little boring, but in a market that rewards security and predictability, understanding how to effectively become the bank for the county offers a unique, non-correlated way to generate returns backed by the power of the law. Let's demystify the process. So what exactly is a tax lien certificate? At its core, it's a straightforward solution to a government cash flow problem. When a property owner fails to pay their taxes, the county needs that money to fund schools, police, and roads. Instead of waiting, many counties sell that debt to an investor. Let's get specific. Imagine a homeowner, Jane, owes $3,000 in property taxes. The county, needing that revenue now, holds an auction. You, the investor, win the auction by paying the county that $3,000. In exchange, you receive a certificate, a legal document giving you the right to collect that $3,000 back from Jane, plus a legally mandated interest rate. You are not buying Jane's property, you are buying her debt. And for any property investor, here's the most important detail. That tax lien has super priority status. It gets paid before almost everything else. If Jane has a $400,000 mortgage and defaults on everything, your $3,000 tax lien must be paid off before her mortgage lender sees a dime from a foreclosure sale. That's a position of security that's hard to find anywhere else. Now, the natural question is, what if they don't pay? Do you get the house for a few $1,000s? The answer almost always is no, and that's the point. This is an income play, not a property grab. Data from the National Tax Lien Association is unequivocal. Over 99% of all property tax liens are redeemed. The owner or their mortgage company pays the bill. Your job is to simply collect the interest. Okay, it's a secure instrument, but what about the actual returns? This is where marketing hype often clashes with reality. You'll see ads touting massive statutory interest rates, 18% in Florida, 16% in Arizona. While those numbers are technically true, they represent the maximum possible return. The reality is that in most states, these liens are sold at auction, where investors compete by bidding the interest rate down. So if the maximum rate is 18%, investor A might bid 10%, investor B bids 8%, and you might win the auction by bidding 7.5%. Consequently, the actual national average yield, according to the NTLA, is between 3% and 7%. It's best to think of it as a bond-like return, secured by a hard asset. The primary risk here isn't losing your principal. For a well-vetted lien, that's very rare. The risk is a failure in your due diligence. Imagine you buy a lien on what seems like a great residential lot, only to discover later that it's a landlocked parcel with no road access, making it effectively worthless. Or worse, you buy a lien on a former gas station property, unaware that it has severe environmental contamination that would cost hundreds of thousands to clean up. If the owner walks away, you're stuck with a worthless or even liability-ridden asset. This is where that hyper-local research we hammered home in episode 34, Local Real Estate Secrets, becomes absolutely critical. So if the returns are modest and the work is intense, why is this strategy so relevant right now in mid-2025? Because the current economic climate has created a counter-cyclical window of opportunity. The high interest rates and stagnant housing market are putting financial pressure on homeowners, leading more people to fall behind on property taxes, The supply of available liens is growing. Nationally, there is a staggering $22 billion in delinquent property taxes, a number that has climbed significantly over the last 5 years. For a concrete example, look at New York City's upcoming 2025 tax lien sale. The number of properties on the 90-day warning list has exploded by 167% compared to the last sale. What does that mean for you? A flood of inventory that could overwhelm less prepared bidders, creating opportunities to find high-quality liens that might get overlooked in the chaos. Simultaneously, higher interest rates are sidelining smaller, leveraged investors who used to rely on cheap financing. For a cash-ready, educated investor, this means more inventory with potentially less competition. Some analysts believe that for sophisticated investors, unlevered yields in this environment could realistically approach 10-15%. It's a world away from the tenant and toilet issues we unpacked in episode 59 on self-storage, offering a different kind of operational demand. So, how can you, an individual investor, actually get in the game? There are 3 non-negotiable first steps. First, education. Do not even think about bidding until you understand the deep differences between a tax lien state, where you buy the debt, and a tax deed state, where you are actually buying the property. Read a book, check the resources at the National Tax Lien Association, and become an expert. Second, go hyperlocal. Every state and county has its own arcane rules. Pick one county, preferably the one you live in, and master its system. Learn the redemption periods, the auction format, and the notification laws. So, what's the final verdict? Tax lien investing is the definition of finding profit where others aren't willing to do the work. It's a sophisticated, research-heavy strategy to generate secured income and diversify a portfolio. It's not for the casual participant, but for the serious student of the game, it's a field rich with opportunity. Now your challenge today. Become a local government detective. Your mission is simple. Go to the website for your county's tax collector or treasurer. Your goal is to find one document, the property list from the most recent tax lien sale. Look for familiar neighborhoods. Look for properties where the tax amount seems small compared to what you know homes in that area are worth. That's the beginning of a due diligence mindset. Your goal is to move this from an abstract idea to a concrete reality and see the opportunities hiding in your own backyard. My final thought for you today: don't chase what's easy, chase what's valuable. Thanks for tuning in to episode 61. I'm Martin Maxwell. Keep learning, stay strategic, and keep building, one smart move at a time.